Honorable Ministers from Member States, President of ICAO, distinguished delegates and dear colleagues. It is an honor to stand together and be a part of one of the largest events of the aviation industry in the Asia Pacific region. It is heartening to be a part of the deliberations of the crucial aspects of aviation, ranging from aviation safety to air navigation and from security to green aviation. The collective outcome of these deliberations will be the cornerstone of regional cooperation among various countries and will go a long way in ensuring a sustainable future of civil aviation. This year also marks of 80th anniversary of the Chicago Convention. The role played by ICAO in the field of international civil aviation is significant. Being the topmost UN body of civil aviation, has made historic efforts in the coordination for making our skies safe. This presents a picture that with sincere efforts and a collective approach, even the sky is not the limit. It is the fact that technological advancements in civil aviation should be in synergy with our engagements. We must create partnership at regional level and make joint efforts to achieve sustainability in this sector. In the direction under the able leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India has fulfilled its commitments made in the Beijing Declaration. India scored 85.6% in the ICAO USOP audit in 2022, showing our safety capabilities. We are committed to implement the state safety program in line with ICAO's Global Aviation Safety Plan. After 2010, the second edition of state safety program, India was issued in the year 2021. We have completed the process of modernizing our ground-to-ground aeronautical telecommunication infrastructure by adopting new technologies such as CRV and FTI. We are improving airspace safety and capacity by implementing efficient air traffic control separation minima India has adopted. 5 nautical miles separation minima within its air traffic surveillance airspace and certain cases reduce separation of up to 3 nautical miles. 20 nautical miles longitudinal minima is also being implemented. Utilizing space-based automatic dependent surveillance over the ocean airspace. The implementation of common ground-to-ground telecommunication infrastructure to support air navigation services application is complete. Huge efforts have been made in implementing the satellite-based augmentation system ABS Gagan. The recent advances in performance-based navigation implementation offers multiple benefits. At more than 60% Indian airports, we have designed efficient PBN-based air routes and have implemented PBN-based instrument approach procedures. India has implemented flexible use of airspace through civil-military cooperation. So far, 130 conditional routes, 93 temporary reserved areas, and 21 temporary segregated areas have been established. This result in the fuel saving of 56,670 ton of fuel worth rupees 827 crore, that is $19.8 million since the last 2020. This has also resulted in a reduction of 1,79,000 tons of carbon dioxide emissions. On this occasion, we must not forget the damage caused due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic forced the global civil aviation into a deep crisis. We are now out of that difficult phase and are progressing towards our previous goals. We all, as ICAO member states, have the obligation to effectively implement the Global Aviation Safety Plan, Global Air Navigation Plan, and the Global Aviation Safety Plan developed by ICAO. In the area of safety, we as a region need to cooperate and keep aviation safety as our key priority for establishing the effective safety oversight and safety management capability. In line with ICAO's Global Aviation Safety Plan 23-25 and Asia Pacific Regional Aviation Safety Plan 23-25, India has issued its third edition of National Aviation Safety Plan covering a period of 5 years, 24-28, which has our national goals, objectives, national high-risk categories of occurrences and safety performance indicators. Notably, India did not have any accident in scheduled commercial operations in last year. This shows India's positive attempt in balancing safety and aviation growth. As sustainability is our focus, it is important that environment protection programs of ICAO are implemented by encouraging member states to reduce emissions and other negative environmental impacts of aviation. Climate change is the biggest global challenge in front of us. Human activities in these sectors all over the world has been adversely impacting the environment. Emission from aviation activities also contributes towards climate change. However, the contribution of aviation sector towards greenhouse gas emission is only 2%, which is still significantly low. To address the contribution of aviation sector towards climate change, ICAO has been taking proactive measures over the years. India has been the forefront of addressing climate change concern at the national level and have demonstrated a leadership position globally. India has long back developed state action plan of aviation environment protection. Regulation based on CORSIA together with state action plan guide the activities for climate protection. To boost the market and give a positive signal, India has recently published indicative targets of a blending percentage of sustainable aviation fuel in aviation turbine fuel. These targets are 1% by 2027, 2% by 2028, and 5% by 2030. Under the visionary leadership of PM Narendra Modi ji, India has recently announced many projects to produce sustainable aviation fuel which aim to meet the country's projected targets. At this juncture, I would like to stress the importance of promoting and encouraging gender equality in aviation. Our women workforce in aviation include pilots, engineers, air traffic controllers, cabin crew, ground staff, etc. India has been taking continuous measures to support and promote gender equality. Our DGCA has issued guidelines on gender equality in civil aviation sector for our aviation stakeholders. The guidelines are in line with the principle in gender equality as written in the Constitution of India. We are committed to increase the representation of women in the aviation industry to 25% by 2025. The guidelines also provide the various steps that can be taken by the stakeholders to improve their policies and practices to address the issues of gender equality at workplace. Such steps range from adopting zero tolerance policy towards sexual harassment to identifying diversity objectives. In the end, I would like to highlight Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's efforts to build a robots aviation ecosystem in India. Very recently, Bharatiya Vayu Yaन Vidayak was passed, which replaced age-old aircraft rules of 1937. This act is our commitment to bring ease of doing business, safety, and a holistic approach to policy making in civil aviation. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India has built 75 new airports in the last 10 years and has started 469 new air routes. The regional connectivity schemes called UDAN has brought affordability in air travel with more than 6 crore Indians flying every year. Technology like Digi Yatra has been bringing ease of traveling to passengers, thereby increasing the trust of Indians in aviation sector. From effective drones policy to launching guidelines for the seaplane operations, the Government of India, led by Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi ji and my cabinet colleague, Sri Naidu ji, working continuously for an efficient and resilient civil aviation sector. Once again, I greet you all for joining us in the Asia Pacific Aviation Conference and wish you a pleasant stay here in India. Jai Hind, Namaste.